Well, hello everybody. This is Bug Eater 64, and we're going to do something a little bit different this time. What you can see here is the A380-Plus version 1.0.1, and it's available as freeware off xplane.org. And I'm going to show you. Here we go. This is where you can get it. Now, this aircraft has been around a while, and was developed by Revere. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And it's not a bad little airplane. Little, huge aircraft. It was submitted in 2017, and updated again in 2017, and this is the Airbus 380, and it's freeware. And we're going to do a little test flight of it today and see how it goes. We're also going to be flying from Greenville Spartanburg KGSP to Boston Logan KBOS, and we're going to be flying this airplane and see how it works. And we'll see how all that goes. Now, this is going to be excuse me, this is going to be a SimBuddy flight and also a Flight Jobs flight, and so we'll go ahead and get that started. So let's get first things first with SimBuddy inside the cockpit here, and let's go ahead and start our virtual airline. Want SimBuddy in flight, and first thing we have to do is load some passengers. So let's get our packs loaded, and that may take a few minutes. Now, this aircraft right now, we're looking at the 3D cockpit. We cannot start the engines from the 3D cockpit with this particular version. We have to switch to the 2D cockpit to do that. There's the overhead, and I'll show that to you as soon as we get the pack set and get things started here. So have a little patience and bear with me here. And we are doing this flight on Memorial Day. So for everyone out there who's had families and friends and knew people that served in the militaries and gave it all, that's what today is all about, and we give thanks for their sacrifice and hope for the family's futures. So with that, let's hope everyone else remembers those sacrifices, and that everyone has a great day today. And with that, back to our simulation, and let us hope everything goes well. And you can tell by looking at the airplane that it's got my virtual airline business livery.
We are good to go.
Thank you, sir. So with that, let's go ahead and get them seat belted in, and we'll give them a little bit of music. And we'll get that out of the way. Okay. Enough of that fun. Okay, we'll wait till we get in the air for that. Alright, now with that, let's get rid of my GT750. Now in this airplane, I use the GT750 basically just to follow the map. I use the aircrafts, which is a pop-up, the standard laminar FMS, and as you can see, we got the flight plan all set up. So that's good to go. Now let's go ahead and look at the overhead. Now this is about all there is that works. This little bit here. And we're going to turn the beacon on. We can do this portion of the engine start, but we can't start anything else. Okay. Got the seat belts on, and
may we have your attention?
They'll be going through the announcement.
Presentation about safety on board. Your hand luggage must be placed in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you.
So with that, in order to start the engines,
of the bulkhead seats or the emergency exits,
we have to go to the 2D.
The use of any electronic devices is prohibited during taxiing, takeoff, and landing.
And go ahead.
Electronic equipment, such as telephones and wireless transmitting devices, may not be used at any time during the flight.
There isn't a lot that works on this. So let's see about starting up this engine.
Because turbulence can occur unexpectedly, you are obliged to have your seatbelt fastened whenever you're seated, until the aircraft comes to a full stop after landing.
And engine number 3 is starting. But that's just what we have to go through to start the engines.
For takeoff and landing, make sure that the back of your seat is in a fully upright position and that your tables are folded away.
And the flight today should take a little more than 3 hours.
Which will be distributed by your flight attendant if needed. This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is not permitted at any time on board. Smoking in the lavatories is dangerous and will activate a smoke alarm. If cabin pressure is lost, oxygen masks will be released automatically.
Let's start number 4.
Towards your face and cover your nose and mouth. And help children and other passengers. In case of impact on land or water, position yourself as shown on the screen. You may use either position. To evacuate the aircraft, follow the illuminated escape.
And number 4 is starting up.
The emergency exits are identified by exit signs and are located as shown on the screen and the safety on board card. Your life jacket is located under your seat.
The other thing that is a problem with this airplane is
or below the armrest.
That I could not find any procedural manuals.
Hold the life jacket over your head and attach the strap.
In the download,
Do
so
not inflate your life jacket until
you got to
leave
kind of
the
wing a
aircraft.
lot of it.
Hold the strap until the life jacket is properly adjusted. If the life jacket does not inflate or needs more air, blow through the rubber tube. Infant life jackets will be distributed if required. In case of emergency on water, the evacuation slides will serve as rafts. The safety on
Okay,
board
so it looks
guide
like we got
shows the
4
various
good
procedures
engines.
and the use and location of the safety equipment.
Let's take a look
Please
out
study the
outside.
code carefully. In an emergency, you must follow the orders given by the crew. Thank you for your attention.
So, 4 good running engines. You notice they do the announcement in more than one language. English first, this is German. Okay, so turn the flight director on.
Per ulteriori informazioni la preghiamo di contattare il personale di cabina. In caso di emergenza è
Got
obbligatorio
everything
seguire
set
le istruzioni
here.
dell'equipaggio. La ringraziamo
Don't
per
need
la sua
that.
attenzione.
Don't need that. Keep TCAS and weather for this flight. And we'll be taking off from runway 4. I've already listened to the ATIS information. And our altimeter is set for 3007. Let's take a look at airport. We're way down here. We got to come all the way down here to end of runway 4 and do our takeoff from Greenville Spartanburg. Wait till you see how big this aircraft is. With that though, let's go ahead and put in KBOS into our airport info. And we're going to be landing on runway 04 right, which is the ILS. So we'll be landing here and ending up over here somewhere. All right. Let's check. 13500 is KBOS's information, and that's what this is here. Excuse me. Alrighty. And with that, got an itch, excuse me. Let's go ahead and log into Flight Jobs and start the flight. And we got a good start. Very good. Brakes are off. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this bird moving. You know, but as a Freeware aircraft, look at that wing go right over the top of that little jet. This is a neat Freeware airplane, especially if you like flying the big aircraft. This aircraft was originally built. Now, unfortunately, the A380, they're going to stop building it in, I believe, 2021. And it was originally built to compete with the 747, which at that time was the largest wide-bodied airplane flying in the world for commercial airlines. And the A380 was built to compete with that, and just as good as it is, as big as it is, as luxurious as it is, it just couldn't take away the niche. And it's just so expensive to build these aircraft, and that's probably part of the reason that it couldn't do what it was really designed and built for, to take that much away from the 747. But it's a neat airplane. So we're just going to go down the taxiway here and get ready to fly. Give you an idea of just how big this bird is. Greenville Spartanburg International, they've done a pretty good job of rendering this airport. It can handle the big jets as far as the runway, but it's really designed for the mid-size commuter jets, 737s, MD-80s, things like that. A lot of people will get their flights out of GSP and make connector flights in Atlanta or in Chicago, even New York. Okay, almost to the end of the runway. Let's go ahead and set our flaps to take off.
Approaching 04. On runway 04.
Okay. Put the brake on a minute. Double. Put the landing lights on. Nav lights on. Go ahead and put the strobe on. Okay, set. Go ahead and put our pitot heats on. Alrighty. looking good. Alright. And with that said, let's run her up, boys. Release the brakes. Auto throttle. Rotate. Gear coming up. Say goodbye to Greenville. She handles like a big bird too. She's not gonna be flying like a fighter. Alright, let's go ahead and activate our autopilot. And VNAV. She's climbing nicely. What are they screaming for? They're seat belted in. It's interesting. For some reason, the passengers are getting all scared. And it makes no sense at all. Let's get it on its heading. So we are at 18,000 feet, holding. Air mixture pressure is okay. Not sure why. I do know why. Alright, there we go. It all helps if you get it to follow the GPS. So, now we are on our way. Everything is fine. I got 10 scared passengers, don't know why. Okay, and with that, let's take a look outside here. Alright, so 18,000 feet, we are flying nicely. Navigation system is tracking. Wave to the nice people inside. And let's go ahead and turn off the landing lights. And with that, everything's looking pretty good, pretty good. Okay. So we'll just go on with the flight, see how our little Freeware A380-Plus, how everything works out, and we'll see you when we get to Boston. So enjoy the flight, and we will see you very soon. All right, well, here we are. Welcome back, and we have started our descent, a very slow descent. Okay, we got about 170 nautical miles till we have to be at 4,000 feet. So we've started our descent now. We're at 17,800. Slowed down a little bit, about 290. And when we get closer to 10,000, of course, we'll slow it down even more to about 240. So we're getting there. Slow but sure. Beautiful day. We've got broken clouds periodically, but not bad at all, really. Yep, running into some clouds again. Don't need to be looking at me. And with that, 14 miles till we could approach. Looking good so far. Okay. Looks like about 5 miles to go. Good stuff. start to make our turn. We can survive this lag. My goodness. Landing gear coming down. We're at the first degree of flaps. Slow down to about 140 knots. She is a pretty bird. There's the airport right out there. And we're getting our second degree of flaps. Outer marker. Alright, thrust off. Autopilot off. We're high. Let's get back on course here. We're a little bit left. Aircraft is mine.
Approaching 04 right.
500. 400. 300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Long landing. Long landing. 5,000 feet remaining. 4,000 remaining. 3,000 remaining.
Okay, we're down safe. Butter. Now let's get the bird cleaned up. And let's take a look outside. Yeah, we need to make a let's go this way. Turn on the taxi lights, turn off the landing lights. Go ahead and turn off the strobe. And let's see here. Flaps are up, bird is cleaned up. It was a long landing, but it was very smooth, and we had plenty of runway here at Boston, so
Approaching 2 right.
that's all right. We're going to cross here, get on this other taxiway. Go down here to the big terminal area for international flights and big buds. And then we'll get the passengers off and finish the flight and see how much we get credit for. Ah, good coffee. Yeah, we'll be down over here. think some of these are... That's a 747, and this thing looks bigger than that. Alright, so, wow, where are you going? Job finished, alright. Excellent. And with that, let's take a look outside. Big bloody airplane. Alright, so with this, let's go ahead and bring down somebody, unbuckle them, offload the passengers, and again this may take a few seconds, so yeah, let's go to the 2D. Strobe off. Oops. Lights off. Okay, let's go back to that. So, that is our airplane, Freeware. And as you noticed, most of the stuff on the main panel up front works just like it's supposed to, or seems to be, for as much as I know, as not being a real pilot. So,
I hope you enjoyed the flight.
and we did, thank you, sir. So, passengers are off. And that is all done. Alright, so yes, that's done. can log out.
Somebody is disconnected.
Very good. So that's all done. So with that, let's take a look outside. Engines have stopped. Lights are off. Birds looking pretty good. So let's go back in the cockpit real quick. Close that door. Otherwise, when I do the replay of the landing, which was long but very soft, the flaps I've noticed make some very weird sounds on this thing. I have to see if there's an update we can do for the sound. Much as I like this airplane, again, there's no manuals that I know of for it. So that's the city of Boston, so see, that sound is where I put down those flaps. I could have slammed it down earlier, but I knew I had plenty of runway, so I'll accept the long landing and there we go, we're down. Hit the reversers. So there we go. Welcome to Boston International, and that completes the flight of this nice little Freeware airplane. Yeah, it's got issues. Sure it does. Flies very good though. It's got a pretty decent interior. A lot of the components on the front dash and systems work. This is interesting. Here we are at Boston, and we have container ship sailing through the airport. Very cool. Gonna have to talk to Mr. X about that, because this is his scenery. Oh, it's just parked itself at one of the terminals and crushing an airplane. How exciting. Well, hey, another little added benefit for flying with Air America Douai. You never know what's going to happen. Anyway, I enjoy this airplane. Don't have a lot of complaints. I don't really care for the 2D panel in order to have to start the airplane. I think a little further work, and hopefully, I mean, this airplane's been around since 2017. Hopefully there'll be some updates between then and very shortly to make it better. The interior, like I said, is a fine little airplane. And as Freeware, I can't knock it. It is flyable, it's fun, and it will get the job done. And so I can't complain about it. And hopefully you enjoyed the flight and got to see some of the things that goes on with this airplane. Anyway, this is Bug Eater 64. If you liked the flight, please click the like button. If you didn't like it, go ahead and click the not like button. And I ask everyone every time, please put down some comments telling me how I can make this channel better and more enjoyable to you, the viewer. And I do this for fun, and I hope you have fun watching the videos. Until next time, this is Bug Eater 64, as I said, and as always, safe flying.